This is Book Splash, the platform for book lovers and writers, and another great moment beckons today. I am Michael Olatunbosun and I bid you welcome to another time out on Book Splash on Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan. The book on the table today is an advocacy tool against teenage pregnancy, written for all teenagers across the land. The book is titled, I Missed a Period, a sermonizing story about the dangers of teenage pregnancy, written by Ojewola Olawale and published in 2018 by Grace Media Books, Ibadan. The author, Ojewola Olawale, is a social activist, trainer and coach. He is a social justice, quality education and girl-child advocate, and his current campaign is on teenage pregnancy in Oyo State. Ojewola Olawale is the current Oyo State coordinator of Youth Initiative for Development and Accountability, YIDA. In the book, I Missed a Period, the author introduces us to two women, Omobonike and Omodara, the first the mother and the second her daughter, both of whom are caught in the web of teenage pregnancy. The book opens with Omobonike telling the story of her life and her illicit love affair with Lekon, a motorbike rider. This is the story that Omobonike tells us in the first chapter, titled My Folly. She tells us how her parents beat her after discovering her affair with Lekon, and she had fainted in the course of the punishment. However, Omobonike does not quit this relationship with Lekon. So we read how Lekon would pick her from school and also take her home. But Omobonike refuses to listen to her parents, even after heavy beating from her parents. So, after fainting and being taken for dead, Omobonike's parents regret beating her so hard and they stop beating her. As a result, she believes that she is free to live her life as she pleases. She has gained her freedom. Omobonike openly discusses her love affair with Lekon, and during one of their conversations about Lekon, her friends ask if they had had sex, and Omobonike says no. They all mock Omobonike for still being a virgin at 14 and advise her to try sex because they think it is good. One day, during school hours, Omobonike sneaks out of school to be with Lekon. She misses her period. A few days later, Lekon reports at their usual place to pick her up from school. As he tries to cross the road, he is hit by an oncoming vehicle. He dies on the way to the hospital. A few weeks later, Omobonike begins to feel nauseous. She vomits in class. She is dizzy. It suddenly dawns on her that she has missed her period. She is indeed pregnant. So her mother is summoned to the principal's office. You are listening to Book Splash on Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan, and we are still discussing the book, I Missed a Period, a sermonizing story about the dangers of teenage pregnancy, written by Ojewola Olawale. After confirming that Omobonike is pregnant, the principal summons the whole school to the assembly ground and announces that Omobonike is expelled from school for bringing the name of the school and that of her family to shame. The principal says, and I quote, "Now, this should serve as a lesson to every student that you should not be in haste to lick a hot bowl of soup. It can burn your tongue. You don't need to smell what you can't eat. If you have been involved in any sexual immorality and you are yet to be caught, Nemesis will soon catch up with you too." End of quote. So, Omobonike gives birth to Omodara, her product of her misadventure with Lekon, the Okada rider. She suffers the shame of teenage pregnancy and the tragedy of losing her father. After the birth of Omodara, Omobonike's mother also falls sick and dies. So Omobonike is left with no father, no mother, and no husband. All at 14, she is left with the consequence of too much freedom, to being disowned by her father, and now has to drop out of school and hawk all sorts of things to feed herself and her baby. Hers is a world of shattered dreams. In this book, we read that Omobonike's daughter, Omodara, also falls into the same trap about which her mother warns her repeatedly. She also sneaks out of school with her boyfriend, who is her classmate. She misses her period, follows him home, and she descends into a path of self-destruction. Within a month, Omodara has slept with 4 other guys, 1 Okada rider, 2 students from a higher institution, and a stranger from another town. In the book, I Missed a Period, Omodara is found in the school toilet with a pregnancy test kit and a positive result. Her mother, Omobonike, is invited to Omodara's school, where mother and daughter are involved in exchange of regretful words. Omodara blames her mother for lack of care and attention, which pushes her to choose to give her body to those who give her more attention. Listen to this encounter. Quote, Omobonike was seated on a chair in front of the principal. Omodara was beside her, looking down like a thief caught red-handed in the market square. Omodara, why have you done this to me? Why have you decided to kill me? Why have you ruined your destiny with your own hands, despite all I have told you and my experience I shared with you? It was late, Mom. You didn't tell me on time. If you die, you have killed yourself. If my destiny is ruined, you did it. In my life, I never had motherly attention. I used my discretion for everything I did. You did not even know when I started my menstruation as a mother. You do not know how I ate or the clothes I wear. You hardly notice new clothes on me. And when you notice, you don't ask where I got them. You only tell me to know whose daughter am I. I am a daughter of a mother who deceived her parents and got pregnant at age 14. I am 14 years old now and also pregnant. So am I not a true daughter of yours? Mom, I share your destiny. Mom, you failed in your responsibilities. I gave my body to those who gave more attention to me, and you caused it all. We lived together under the same roof and you never knew I missed my period. I didn't understand my menstrual cycle. Why have you chosen to be this type of mother? Omodara and Omobonike were both crying. End of quote. Soon after this dialogue, Omobonike dies, but it is too late to correct the mistakes. But for Omodara, all is not lost. So we read from the book that having now realized our error and wrong choices, and having now learned the lessons in a bitter way, Omodara is now sober and counsels young people like herself. She says, and I quote, "Please, learn from my mistakes. Don't be a symbol of shame to your family. Don't bring evil to your parents. Be an epitome of glory and success to your various families. I wished this never happened." End of quote. In the book, hope is restored for Omodara, and a non-governmental organization offers her adoption. She is rehabilitated and her life is given a new beginning. The program is Book Splash on Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan, and we're still discussing the book I Missed a Period, written by Ojewola Olawale. In the final analysis, the book teaches that children should not scorn the discipline of their parents, and if they do, they will succumb to peer pressure, which is more often than not misleading. On the balance, the author with this book also demonstrates that parental high-handedness can be bad for both children and parents. In 6 chapters and 46 pages, the author teaches young readers, especially teenage girls, that embracing too much freedom can ruin lives, and that its consequence is teenage pregnancy and teenage motherhood. Indeed, getting pregnant at a tender age can truncate big dreams and bring one face to face with the harshness and hardness of life. In this conversation, the author of the book, I Missed a Period, Ojewola Olawale, tells me why he wrote the book and offers his advice to all stakeholders in the menace of teenage pregnancy. Why did you choose the title, I Missed a Period?
The book I Missed a Period, the title was chosen in the sense that life of a person has series of periods. As a young teenager, we have our academic period, that we believe that if a period or an opportunity is being missed, it will be difficult to regain. So that is the reason why the book title was chosen.
Tell me the story behind the book.
One of the problems affecting our young girls is teenage pregnancy. And in line with World Health Organization that says 16 million girls aged 15 to 19 years, out of which 2.5 million girls under 16 years give birth each year in developing countries.
Okay.
Even in Nigeria, according to Demographic and Health Survey 2018, an estimated 22% of girls below the age of 19 have begun childbearing. And I discovered that this contributes mostly to the dropout of school in our community. And a lot of projects or programs on sex education has been carried out by different organizations, stakeholders across various secondary schools. Still, the problem still lingers. And I discovered to put in a fictional story that can show our young girls about the danger of teenage pregnancy in their academics and life pursuit.
A few lessons that I glimpsed from the book, I thought we should just talk about them. In this book, if you look at the life of your main character made a statement that I love so much, that freedom ruins. Most of the time, young people, particularly teenagers, believe that parents can be too high-handed in discipline, and they think that they need freedom. But in this book, the main character said something. Let me read from there. He says, at that time, none of my parents dared touch me, let alone beat me. So I had my freedom. But freedom ruins. That's the submission of your character here. He said, yes, I gained my freedom, but it exposed me to the perils of my life. My freedom ruined my life. So your book teaches young people, particularly teenagers, that seeking freedom too much can also lead to destruction, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is the freedom that the Omobonike had, definitely, as a result of poor parenting of her mother. Ruins her life and makes her to become an average mother at a very tender age.
At the same time, I also think that your book teaches that parents need to communicate with children, particularly teenagers. In their teenage years, they are so impressionable. They have so many ideas. They have listened to their peers, their friends, give them a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts come into their heads. And the discipline of parents may look strange in the mix of the various kinds of information and various kinds of interaction they have had with their friends and peers, particularly in school. What have you got to say to young people, particularly in this area of discipline of parents and peer pressure?
If you look at the story of Omobonike, by the time her mother was beginning the story about her own life, it was already late. In fact, that was the point at which Omobonike had to be in Dynama, 14 years old. And at that point in time, he had already missed a period. And if you look at the way Omobonike, the creative way of dodging punishment, it showcases that most of our teenagers, our young people of nowadays, are more inclined socially. It's like the death age is bringing up intellectual people, young people, who by their cunning way of life more exposed or more experienced than their parents. And my advice to parents is to build a strong relationship between their children, most especially the mother. The mother, a child, a young lady or a young girl should see her mother as a friend. She should be able to have a very cordial relationship, the kind of discussion with her mate in school should form the bond between the mother and every young girl. That can, prevent them learning what they're supposed to learn at home and learn it from their peers or from their mates, who may eventually put them to a wrong side.
From your book, I also believe that parental harshness can also have its downside. Many of us grew up with parents who were very hard, who beat us, who flogged us a lot and the rest of it. But you see, from your story, we also learned that when parents are too hard and harsh, it can also have a negative impact on the growth and development of the children.
Exactly. Too harshness of parents can enable young people diverse means of avoiding such. Look at Omobonike. He used that creative way to dodge punishment. And in that story, one will imply that both parents, the father and the mother, must not be on the same temperament. There must be a friendship, a bond of love. It's not always an harsh way of correcting. In fact, I do educate my students that parents should incorporate the art of motivation. We need to motivate them so that they can confide certain secrets with us. They can be free to talk with us. That will enable the self-confidence, the self-esteem of our children to be fully maximize the fulfillment of their life purpose.
The program is Book Splash on Splash FM 105.5. I Miss the Period is the title of the book. The author, Ojewola Olawale, is still with me. Let's talk about you for a moment. I know you are a writer. I know you've written books, articles, and all that. I know you are a trainer. In fact, you are a coach. You are a life coach. When did writing start for you? And how did it start for you?
When I was in secondary school, I was gifted in mathematics. It was during my secondary school days that started the heart of teaching and tutoring my fellow students. And after my secondary school days in 2003, I organized the tutorial classes for my immediate environment. And from that experience I gathered, I published my first book, which is Step-by-Step Mathematics in the year 2003. My passion for education now gives me the interest to discover my writing ability. So since then, I've authored about 6 books. My second book was Drive Your Dream to Reality in 2011. When I also discovered that in my environment, I'm from Ibarata of Oyo State, I discovered that most of our late fathers have done a great work towards development of their immediate environment. And I go into research and I published my third book titled Unforgettable Heroes, and heroes with legendary contribution to Ibarata land. And after then, I discovered that Ibarata too has been noted for this prevalent rate of teenage pregnancy. If I look at my environment, I discovered that almost every household has this people of teenagers who are mothers and has contributed to socio-economic development of our community. And I want to do something different on board.
Okay.
That is where I now have an idea of writing a fictional book that we are reviewing today. I need a period. And an advocate tools for our young girls and young boys in our community. As a result of this lockdown that I make our students and children to be at home, I'm currently running an online school for all necessary students in Ibarata through WhatsApp, and the class has been informative, interesting, and has been encouraging so far.
Let's talk about your influences in writing space. Who are the authors who have influenced you in life?
Like I said, the first author that motivates me most is the author of the Word of God. I started reading Bible at the age of 5 years, so I'm not from a Christian home. I'm from a traditional-oriented home. I had a model. He's late now. He's late between Jonathan Olufemi Olojede from Ibarata here. He is the founder of School of Death, and he's the one who has been coaching me all through. When I grow up, I've read a lot of books. And one of my mentors, or one of my role models, is Dr. Abiz Abduleye. And I read a lot about Femi Emmanuel. I read so much. I have a lot of people who have been my model. And they said if you want to see father, you have to stand on the shoulder of the giant. I have a lot of people that have been motivating me a lot.
How long did it take you to write the book?
The inspiration of writing a book on teenage pregnancy has been dropped in my mind in 2011. So after the general election, and I think I still need to continue my advocacy mission, and I put my pen on paper, and the writing, the editing, and everything takes almost about a year to make a material to read. We want to use that platform to keep advocating across our state and beyond.
Okay.
In fact, the State Minister of Education has given us an approval to make the book reading event across other schools in the state. That is 3 schools in each local government. And because of the present global pandemic, the project was put on hold for now.
Okay.
The lockdown is over, that we can go to the nook and cranny of the state.
Okay, so before I let you go now, I'd like you to tell me what is your specific message in this book for young children, young females, particularly teenagers, your specific message for parents, and your specific message for the society at large.
I want the book to be a must read. That I want all God have that's the reason why I'm calling on people to support this project. We want every girl to see it as their daily devotion, like Bible and Quran, because the message there needs to be fresh every day, so that they will learn their life skills. In fact, the Jesus skills to say no to premarital sex. And I also want the parents to know that the journey of parenthood is body is taxing, that they have to bridge the gap between their kids, between their children. And I'm using this opportunity at this gesture to call upon that it is our collective responsibility to have a very sane society, because the effect of teenage pregnancy cannot be underestimated. They lead to robberies, a lot of social crises in our community. All stakeholders have to come on board: the media, the education sector, even the religious society, even the school. This is not the grace that Omoda had, that the school principal were able to network her to a non-governmental organization. Omoda will not have achieved its life for a purpose. And it's not because of the corporate social responsibility of the NGOs to ensure that the government cannot do it alone. One sector cannot reform our society. All last must put on this, and I believe the Nigeria of our dream is achievable with our collective effort.
Since you published the book, have you been able to measure whether people understand your message and whether the message is indeed in the minds of the people?
In fact, I share the book to some parents. In fact, some parents cried, because if you look at the character, teenage pregnancy has become a generational cause. In fact, and that's how it almost happens in our home. And before the lockdown, the first book reading event, we asked, and the result and my evaluation at the program at the event, it gives me the rest of mind that if this book can be available for all teenagers in a couple of years, because we want to teach them, we want them to know that they have a life, they have a purpose, they have a vision, that it is on their hands, that they must not ruin.
Ojewola, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.
That was my conversation with Ojewola Olawale, author of the book I Missed a Period, a sermonizing story about the dangers of teenage pregnancy. I hope it was worth the while. Let's meet up for another edition of Book Splash on Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan, same time next Saturday. I thank you for listening, and thanks to my sound manager, Victor Daudu, for a job well done. In case you have a comment or query, please send me a text message 0805 699 8676 or email Olatunbosun at splashfm1055.com. You can as well follow me on Twitter at Mike Tunbosun. I am Michael Olatunbosun. I urge you to read the book today, and please stay safe.